Thank you, how are you?
Good.
Guess it's time to pull up Dan Stone.
Okay.
Welcome and thank you for choosing freeconferencecall.com. You're helping people around the world communicate for free. Please enter your access follow. If you are the host, press star now. Please enter your PIN. Thank you. You are the only participant in the conference.
Samantha, you don't want to join us?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Yeah, just waiting for the onslaught.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
How are you?
Hi Dave, how you doing?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
How
How are you?
doing? Oh, yeah, how are you? See you. I'll see you.
Dan, is that you? Okay, just want to make sure.
Hey Dan. Hi Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, John. Hey, Lori.
There you go.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome everyone to the July 3rd, 2023 Village Board meeting. Could you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Dan, would you like to discuss the first item?
I'd be happy to. The board has before it a resolution reaffirming the negative declaration for the seeker review of the Lower Baxter well field. We're asking you to do this at this point because of BG4, a replacement well for BG4, did not produce as much water as we thought it would. And we've asked DEC for permission to use the existing BG4 and a replacement well, BG9, to get simultaneously. So it's not a replacement, it's additive. And because of that, the minor change in the project requires the lead agency to reaffirm that this minor change has no adverse significant application. So I would recommend that you approve that resolution.
Okay, so now therefore it be resolved that through a review of the previously completed environmental assessment form, a review of the proposed changes, and consideration of the criteria for 6 NYCRR 617.7C, the Village Board of Trustees concludes the action and changes will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment and hereby reaffirms its seeker negative declaration. Anybody have any questions regarding this?
No, it's laid out pretty good here.
All right, so can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
All right, I guess you're on the hook again for the next item, the MTA trunk sewer replacement project through WIA.
Yes, the WIA grant, water improvement grant application is due July 28th, I believe.
Correct.
And we have assisted the village, Lavella has assisted the village in preparing the grant application materials, along with Municipal Solutions assistance for that. The resolution that you have before you authorizes the submittal for a grant from the state to support the trunk sewer project. And that resolution has to go in with the application affirming that the village board wishes to move forward with this project and to apply for a WIA grant.
Okay, Dan, can you back up a little bit since we do have two new board members and explain that Labella had conducted an engineer's study of the trunk line 2 or so years ago and what it is that we're actually trying to accomplish with this grant?
Okay, yes, thank you, I'd be happy to. Approximately 3 years ago, the village received a planning grant to evaluate alternatives for wastewater conveyance between the village center and the wastewater treatment plant. The existing sewer crosses the railroad tracks twice, essentially unnecessarily, and has had issues with respect to blockage from grease and solids. It also has had issues where right before the wastewater treatment plant, there's a right angle turn that causes challenges with respect to transmitting the solids. So we applied for it with the village, and the village received a planning grant to evaluate, well, how do we fix this? What's the alternative? And we looked at several alternatives and made a recommendation that a new sewer be constructed on the east side of the railroad track between the area of the MTA station and the wastewater treatment plant. It will be a gravity sewer. That means no additional pumping, and the conveyance will not have to cross back and forth across the MTA line, and it will be a straighter shot and hopefully free of any of the challenges that the existing line has placed on the operators.
Okay, thank you. All right, so,
Thank you.
Dan, is this it's type 2, right?
Yes.
Yes? Because it's a replacement of the
Yes.
existing line?
yes.
Okay, good. Probably just include that in your resolution.
But we already did the seeker, correct?
I thought that was for Baxter. Did you do secret already on this one?
Karen was doing the seeker, or maybe that's for our next meeting? No,
Yeah, I believe it's at your next meeting.
it is our next meeting,
Yeah.
okay. I know she was working on
We
it.
have, what we have done is circulated for lead agency staff.
Okay, okay,
And on the 17th,
yeah,
you will have in front of you a resolution provided,
Right.
goes as planned, that you will be lead agency, and you'll have the information in front of you to make a determination
Right.
at that point.
Okay.
So this is just sort of a, this is not the actual
This is what's.
signing the contracts, or this is just
No,
kind
this
of-
is allowing for, this is something they
Grant.
require so that we can apply for the grant.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Right. Okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
okay. All right, does anybody have any questions regarding it?
No.
Okay, so it's now therefore it is resolved that the Village of Pawling authorizes the undertaking of the MTA trunk sewer replacement project and the estimated project cost of $2,069,796 with the SRF insurance issuance costs, and it is further resolved that the Village of Pawling proposes to meet the financial obligations necessary to fully and satisfactorily complete the project through environmental facility short-term and long-term financing, and it is further resolved that the Village of Pawling authorizes and empowers Village Mayor to sign and submit a grant application and sign the funding agreement with Environmental Facilities Corporation and any associated documents, and it is further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Do we want to do a roll call vote, please? Oh, I'm sorry, yes, can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Lori Taylor,
Aye.
John Berweger,
Aye.
Jerry Lakesia,
Aye.
Arthur Guzzo,
Aye.
Stephen Pizzella.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, a few months back, we passed to have an intermunicipal ethics board with the town of Pawling, town of Beekman, and the town of East Fishkill. We've done all of our approvals and passing the local law for it. However, we never appointed a representative. So tonight I would like the board to consider my appointment of Glenn Carey as the ethic board representative. Does anybody have any questions or concerns regarding that appointment? So can I get a motion to approve the appointment?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, not sure if everybody's aware, but, and I'm not even sure I know when this happened, but a tractor trailer got stuck on the railroad crossing on Corbin Road. And there's also an issue with some of the pedestrian crossings. So MTA wants to address these issues here in the village. They're also addressing some of the crossings within the town as well. And they are asking for a memorandum of understanding. Dave, you have reviewed these?
I have, yeah, and the only, let me just get my notes here, sorry. So the village has the right to approve the design, not to be unreasonably withheld. I'm sort of giving you the high points that I pulled out of it. I don't think that's gonna be a controversial thing, given, but it is good that we're gonna be able to see it.
It's all
depending on
safety
what it is.
related.
And it says grant funds are being pursued, and the village, for any part of the facilities that are within the right-of-way, Metro North will take care of that. But if it's outside the right-of-way, the village will own those improvements and will be responsible for them. And also, there will be no charging of fees to Metro North for any of the permits, design review, or inspections, and that also applies to their contractors. So it's gonna make sense, it's a governmental type thing. And generally, the village will cooperate, there's an indemnification for the village, and the contractors have to maintain insurance. Everything else seemed fairly straightforward.
Okay.
And I also think this is in my opinion, a type 2 action, because it's really rehabilitation of existing facilities, which is one of the listed type 2 actions. So, no secret action is needed.
Okay. So we just have to pass the resolutions?
Approving the MOU and authorizing you to sign it, yeah.
Okay, so.
2
for-
MOUs, actually.
Yeah, so now therefore, in consideration of mutual covenants and agreement contained herein the receipts, as you see in your packet. Is there an end? Or we just approve it?
I think you just pass a resolution approving
Okay.
the agreement that's been presented
Okay,
at this meeting and authorize you to sign it.
okay.
Yeah.
So can I get a motion for the Corbin Road crossing?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then can I get a motion for the Main Street and South Street pedestrian crossings?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so, cable franchise renewal agreement, I guess
This
this comes up every.
15 years.
Oh.
The last one was 2008.
Okay. All right.
And there's not, it's been 3%, and we did talk to them about that, and they said that that was the best they were gonna be able to do. So that's 3% of gross revenues is what's paid. There weren't a lot of substantive differences from the other agreement. It's a 10-year term. The Comcast has the option to renew it for another 5 years. This is highly regulated by the Public Service Commission, so there really isn't a lot of discretionary provisions in this agreement as I see it. It's pretty dictated by the regs in terms of protecting the village, protecting consumers, and the way everything's done. They have to approve it as well. So once, assuming the village approves it, then the Public Service Commission will also have to sign off on it. So there is a because it is a franchise, it's subject to the village statute, the general village statute, giving authority to the Board of Trustees to approve franchises. And that statute provides for a 10-day public notice provision. So I think, Jennifer, we're gonna do that for August. Give us enough
So we're
time.
setting the public hearing for August 7th,
Yes.
and then we're passing this resolution?
Uh-huh. Just to set the date
Just
for
to
the
set
public
the
hearing.
date.
So, again, to
Okay, so I
authorize
just
Jennifer to issue the
basically
notice.
need a motion then.
Yeah.
Question, Dave, is there an opportunity to maybe get some things out of Comcast? In other words, maybe enhance Wi-Fi in the village, some other things maybe at this time?
We did provide for that, John. We did put some bells and whistles in the agreement.
Okay.
We had quite a bit of discussion with them about that.
Yeah, okay.
About the public access and the like,
All
so
right.
as we
Okay.
can go over that and discuss it at the next meeting. I was gonna see if the guy could come, who we've been dealing with, or come or be on the phone, so if there's questions like that.
Perfect, okay.
So we did ask about that, and there are, any public access points are listed in the agreement.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you,
It's a
Dave.
good question.
It would be nice to have a representative here if
Yeah.
possible. That'd be-
I have a call into them to see if they can do that. so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be great. All right, so can I get a motion to then set the public hearing for August 7th?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Discuss clothing allowance for highway department. Jerry?
Okay, so, back, I guess, October of last year, we started to take a look at the clothing allowance, the uniforms that the village highway guys have been using. Recently, we did away with our contract with UniFirst. We were paying roughly $10,000 a year for uniforms. We then supplied them with uniforms from Extreme Apparel at a cost of about $2,000. So each year, basically, we're just gonna re-outfit the guys with shirts, sweatshirts. The only thing we're not supplying them with is pants. Each one of the workers had different pants that they wanted. We thought it'd be best just to give them a clothing allowance yearly, so $200 a year. And that would be budget year. And the way we thought best to do it was give them $100 in the beginning of the budget and $100 6 months in. So that's pretty much where we're at with the highway guys.
Oh, good, you saved a lot of money.
Yes.
Saved a lot of money.
Good.
I think the guys look pretty good when I see them out. You can.
Yeah,
You can easily distinguish them as our workers now.
Yeah.
The uniforms, they were kind of mismatched and
Mhm.
just wasn't clear.
yeah, and that's actually a pretty good.
And they
company.
weren't
I've used them as
necessarily-
well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I did price it around.
yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. So, we don't need a motion for that.
No,
right?
I think we just wanted to let the board know and the residents know that that's
Mhm.
what we have
Yeah.
made the change, so thank you, Jerry.
Yep.
All right, so we have a public assembly permit application for the Pawling Resource Center. They do an annual walkathon, and the date is for September 16th. Anybody have any questions regarding that?
It's the same that they've always done, right? Yeah,
They
don't.
walk through the village, they usually start at the Resource Center. I usually try to do it every year and walk down to the Chamber Building and then turn around and go back to the
Yeah,
Resource.
and we've never had any issue with
No.
traffic control or anything, yeah.
No,
I think it's a good event.
so can I get a motion to approve their assembly permit?
All right, go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, John.
All right, I'll make the motion.
And a
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. So the only other thing is, I just wanted to make everybody aware, that at the car show that was held in June, halfway through the day, the bathrooms backed up. And we just recently, spent, Dan helped me out, I think it was around 10 grand. Do you remember?
Yeah, so.
For the
little
chamber
one, to make the
bathroom?
hookup,
The chamber bathroom
to make the
fix?
hookup, yeah, the hookup was more than 10 grand. It
Oh,
was
it's
more like around 20,
Oh,
between the pump and the,
Okay.
and the connection.
all right. So we just spent around 20 grand, fixing the bathrooms, and, I believe this was the first large event since we did that fix, and the bathrooms backed up. We had to pay for electric snake, we had to then have somebody come in and clean the bathrooms. So it's just leading us to, what I wanted to do is just talk to you guys about this, think about what we might wanna do. My thought is that any large events happening, we'd have to define what large event is, but I think any events besides the regular normal business day, maybe we would need to rent porta-johns so that we can alleviate this issue. So I just wanna, I don't think I'm really looking for a motion tonight, or I just wanted to put that on your radar, that maybe we can talk about it at our next meeting and maybe set a policy if we need to, moving forward, how we're going to address this, because we can't continue down this path. So we thought that we had it all fixed, but you know, unfortunately, when it's high usage like that, things happen. But unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but many times when we've had issues in the previously, it was because people were flushing things they shouldn't have been flushing. And any large events, you're just opening yourself up for those scenarios to happen every time, and it's expensive. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, ask you to think about it, and maybe what I'll do is I'll put it on the agenda for at our next meeting to maybe come to some kind of decision on that.
The chamber bathrooms are open when it's occupied by
The
a chamber person in the
volunteers.
building, right?
Correct. Yeah.
But I think in addition to the porta potties, we should, if we're gonna have those bathrooms open, I think we should have the chamber, charge, back charges, or be back charged rather for the cleaning.
It's for the
And
expense.
the snaking and that sort of thing.
Alright.
As you pointed out before, I mean, they get free rent, they're there for nothing, so it's the least they can do.
Is that something we should wait until our next meeting, or is that something you wanna?
I'm not sure if I wanna jump on that. I mean, I see your
Okay.
point, it's valid.
Yeah?
I just don't know if I'm ready to pull the trigger on
All
something
right,
like
so
that.
Okay, we can talk about that,
let's
sure.
wait until our next
Yeah.
meeting, and we'll put it on for that,
Sure.
so. All right, Dan, you're up for engineers report.
Two quick things. The drought, notwithstanding the rain that we've got over the last 7 or 8 days, the drought has been pretty significant. At the last board meeting, the board passed a resolution declaring an emergency to move forward with connecting Baxter Green 4, a brand new well, to the system to carry us through the summer if needed. The Dutchess County Health Department worked very closely with us, as did DEC, and we received all approvals on Friday of last week. We've got a little reprieve because of the rain, but Labella and the operators will work together to outline all of the steps needed to successfully bring this well into the system on Wednesday. So that's going to happen on Wednesday. And that will take some pressure off the aquifer system nearby the species. Second thing is we had a discussion last week about water rates, and I think we have at least the outline of a path forward to be able to ask the board to authorize new rates on the water side, and with any luck at all, those rates will be in place for use in a September billing cycle. So those are the only two things I needed to bring up tonight, and I'll take any questions anybody has.
Anybody have any questions?
Now, thanks for getting BG4 up and running. I know that was,
Yeah.
seems like it was overnight that you got that all accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, it's because of the good work that the village has done with both regulatory agencies. There's a very high degree of trust between all of the village and DEC and DOH, and everybody pulled out the stops to work together to get it done quickly. So it wasn't just us, it was a collaborative effort, and, including the village board. I mean, everybody pulled out the stops and got it done.
Okay, thank you. All right, can I get a motion to pay the May bills in the amount of $69,897.36?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so can I get a motion to adjourn and go into public comment?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor,
Sorry.
say aye.
Aye.
Any public comment? Okay, can I get a motion to go into executive session for litigation?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Dan, have a good night.
Thank you, Dan.
Good night, Dan.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good Fourth, and
Yep.
Thank you,
Dan.
too.
thank you.
How are you? I'm Martin. Yeah, I know John, you're
John
cool.
Justice?
Yes,
Yeah,
good.
how are you?
Hello, Marty Migan.
Arthur Johnson,
Steve.
Justice.
Steve, how are you?
Good.
Good.
This is like a hockey game, you know?
Good game.
Good game. Never responds. Nice to meet you.
John.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
All right, good game. All right, better luck next time.
Good job. Come on, we won.
How are you, man?
Okay, how are you?
Good. I'm Terrence Martin, Town Justice.
Oh, you are? Very nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, too.
Give you my card. I'm gonna give you a full Monty, which includes one of these fancy buttons here.
Oh, look at that. I'll have to let my mom know. She was a justice court clerk here in the village.
Really?
She retired at
She
age
worked at Yale?
90. Veronica Daniels, yes.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
Jeanette Daniels.
Jeanette. My name's
The
Marty.
best court clerk they had, let me tell you.
We
She
can
lasted
use
till
court
90,
clerk.
I'm telling you.
we could use a court clerk. Did you hear what's happening in town?
No, what's happening up there?
We haven't had a clerk in 4 months.
What's her name, elect?
What's her name, took leave, and then she extended the leave.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So who's doing it, you or Gail?
Well, you know, neither one of us are doing it. We
Oh my
actually,
gosh.
we're borrowing, begging clerks from
Other counties.
other courts and other.
It's a big
mess.
job.
It's
It's a
a
big
job
job.
where there's very little room for error too.
Yes, it's a very big job.
So salute to your mother.
Yes.
And
I don't think they realized when they closed here what they lost.
Yeah.
She really had it under wraps.
Yeah, you know.
And at 90,
And
it's
then
even better.
we're getting the traffic tickets just came in.
Yeah, so you're getting all from here, right?
Yeah,
Everything from the village park, are you getting parking too?
That's
Or
what I
that's
mean,
going parking too?
No, we've gotten everything from the village other than parking, and parking just came in.
Oh my God.
I mean, what are the parking infractions here? I mean,
Yeah.
did it
The-
out of space or?
Yeah, the space, the parking in the handicap
Because there's
illegally,
no
or
time
parked
limit,
when,
right?
yeah. Well, there's, for handicap, there's
No,
3-hour parking. There's
Oh, there
3-hour
is,
parking, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Who
they just
gives
got
out
something
those
here.
tickets?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
They
yeah,
do. They have a special system that they just
no,
got or something.
What's his name? Corinne's father.
You saw it.
What?
Lou.
Lou.
He works for the village?
Yeah, he said he's a ticket guy.
He's the ticket, he does the tickets. They just bought some new system or something.
Yes.
Have you seen the tickets yet?
I have not seen the tickets, I have not seen
Cause
the
they're
system.
supposed to be like able to take pictures of the vehicles or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess because there's a certain amount of training involved to put them online,
Yeah.
and we don't have anybody trained to do it.
You're just like,
Yeah, so
you're
that-
stuck, oh
we-
my
We're
gosh.
really that.
Are
as
they
far
looking
as-
for full-time or 2 part-timers, or what are they looking for?
Well, you know, I don't.
I'll put
like
the
to
feelers out, see if
speak-
anybody's
speak out of
interested.
turn,
Yeah,
but, you know, Karen is supposed to be coming back.
oh, she is,
The-
okay.
The
Good.
problem is that I'm new, I'm brand new, I
Right,
was
right.
appointed in November, and so.
Are you in
I-
law enforcement before or anything?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
what were you before?
NYPD.
Oh, okay, all right, very nice.
And a little bona fides on the back of the
Okay,
card.
I'm gonna read it
That card
all.
is for your
Okay,
purse.
okay,
So
oh.
when you go to the poll,
Right.
you say, what the hell was that?
What's the
guy's
name? That's it, I can pull it out and say, give me, I'm not cheating, I'm just pulling.
Yes.
Don't arrest me for
And
that.
so it really, I went to a lot of courts, because I'm not a judge, I'm not
Yeah,
an attorney,
yeah.
anything like that, so I went to a lot of courts.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know any court that doesn't have a clerk
Yeah.
per a judge.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know any court, and I've been to about 13 different courts.
yeah.
So it was a problem right then and there, that's a problem.
Right, you walked into
And so
something.
everything was dependent on this one person. And she had a family emergency, that's what she reported
Right,
to us.
right.
But she gave us
Aw.
3 days' notice
Right.
or 3 months leave.
Oh, jeez, I hope everything's okay.
I hope everything's
Yeah,
okay too, but
sweet.
you know,
Yeah.
so we were behind before, from what I understand, based on COVID. No
Yeah,
court
yeah.
is caught up.
Just COVID, yeah.
Caught up yet.
It was a nightmare during
But we're
COVID.
further behind
Mhm.
because just the lack of continuity. As a matter of fact, I just spoke to a trooper today and he sent a request to her email, which nobody monitors
So
because
you
she's
can't
not
get
there.
it, you can't get the information out
And
of
so I have
there.
a guy surrendering for an arrest warrant, but nobody knows, you know, so it's not on the docket, it's just.
Yeah, so you just have it hanging out there somewhere and they, oh my gosh, it's a lot,
That's not
it's a
right.
lot.
So, I
Really?
mean, you know, you play the ball where it lies, you know what I
That's it.
mean, I'm not complaining, anything like that, but,
Wow.
I'm a, like Felix Unger, you know, that.
Yes, yes.
That's me, so I
That's
like,
it.
there's a
That's it.
place for everything,
Everything.
there's a
That's
system
it,
of
take your
order.
time, yeah.
And the older I get, the more I'm dependent on that.
Yes.
If I put
Yep.
my keys in the other
Yep,
pocket,
that's
I'll
it.
say I lost
You're like,
my
wait a minute.
keys.
You're like, it's jiggling over there, but no, it can't be.
It
So
can't be
it's
the
supposed to
keys,
be over
they're
here.
supposed to be over,
Supposed to be on that side,
exactly,
yeah.
you feel me?
I know how it is, yeah, no, you gotta keep that rhythm
And so
going.
Marty's running for the town board.
Okay,
Yeah,
What
my
was your
name's
name again?
Marty Migan,
okay,
and
all
I'm
right.
running for the town board.
It's a town board, who's coming off now?
Nobody.
Oh,
It's gonna be,
is it it's not, it's voting again for them
Yes.
to be, okay,
It's,
so no one's actually leaving?
no, they
No
want-
one's term is up.
their terms are up.
Oh, everyone's term is up.
No, two
Who's-
seats.
Who's 2 seats?
Colleen Snow.
Colleen Snow, okay.
And Phil DeRose.
Okay, that's right, those 2 are up now, I
So
forgot.
they were up,
The other.
and, I'm
Okay.
looking to get on.
Okay.
So,
All right, what do you have to, how long have you been here in Pawling? Have you been going up to the meetings and stuff?
yeah, I've been going
Yeah?
to meetings for like 5 years.
Okay, good.
And, trying to hold
So
them
you see it.
accountable somewhat. And, they kind of, yes, and I've seen, obviously, many people go.
Mm-hmm, yes,
While I'm there.
yes, sometimes it's a battle.
They try to yes them to death. until they hopefully, hope that they go away. What?
So you're running, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, that's all you need. That's good,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing.
But they do.
New blood, new blood.
They do try to make it so that until they don't go away, they get entertained.
I've seen it.
It's okay.
A couple of times.
Yeah, I'm looking to get on and I'm learning as a dad. Yeah.
No, that door doesn't work. Doesn't work.
No, I've seen it.
to tell her, listen, give me your number, I'll text you if we ever have decisions.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry, Art.
That's all right, no rush, no rush.
Okay, so no decisions or votes were made in executive session, so can I get a motion to close executive session?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Can I get motion to reopen our regular meeting?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And now can I get a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you, guys.